So good morning everybody. This is my first attempt at a YouTube video. Didn't think I'd be saying those words. It looks like when I put the book up to the camera, it's displaying back to front. So we will just go with it and see how we get on. Michael Morpurgo, An Eagle in the Snow. Hope you've all had a chance to have a look at chapter 1. I thought it might be quite nice to share it together. Michael Morpurgo is one of my favourite authors, and this is his dedication in the front. This book is dedicated to Private Henry Tandy VC, and this is why. Do you know what VC means, apart from video conferencing? I'll let you answer in your post. Many of my stories have come from the lives of others, from truths written or remembered, this one perhaps more than any other. Certainly, had I not discovered through Michael Foreman the extraordinary story of the life and death of Walter Toole, the first black officer to serve in the British Army, I should never have written A Medal for Leroy. Had I not met an old soldier from the First World War who had been to that war with horses and the cavalry, I should not have written War Horse. Had I not come across in a museum in Ypres an official letter from the army to the mother of a soldier at the front in that same war, informing her that her son had been shot at dawn for cowardice, I should never have told my story of Private Peaceful. It was a medal commemorating the sinking of the Lusitania by torpedo in 1915 with terrible loss of life, over 1,000 souls, that compelled me to think of writing the story of a survivor, which I did in Listen to the Moon. I write fiction, but fiction with roots in history, in the people who made our history, who fought and often died in our wars. They were real people who lived and had their being in another time, often living and suffering through great and terrible dangers, facing these with unimaginable courage. My challenge as a story maker has been to imagine that courage, to live out in my mind's eye, so far as I can, how it must have been for them. So when I was told by Dominic Crossley-Holland, history producer at the BBC, about the extraordinary life and times of Henry Tandy, the most decorated private soldier of the First World War, I wanted to explain why he did what he did. This I have done not by writing his biography, that had been done already. Rather, I wanted to make his life the basis of a fictional story that takes his story beyond his story, and tries to explore the nature of courage and the dilemma we might face when we discover that doing the right thing turns out to be the worst thing we have ever done. Because the life of Henry Tandy is so closely associated with this story, I thought it right to include the history so far as it is known of his actual life. This you will find in the postscript at the end of the book. Michael Morpurgo, 16th of February 2015.